maybe I'm crazy, but I'm not actually crazy, and I was right, and now everyone is seeing it.
You can be right and still crazy.
Maybe me always being right is what makes me crazy?
Whatever.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not, maybe I'm not.
Welcome to the Maybe I'm Crazy podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. That's Brandon Newman and all of his very flashy Black Santa gear. I'm disappointed because I wore my Black Santa hoodie to work today.
You did?
I did, but I was saving it for next week.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I'll re-up.
I timed it. I timed my Christmas gear.
I apologize.
Although I do also have a 2 Chainz ugly sweater. So
This is 2 Chainz Finest. This is the Hidden Folks Black Santa.
Oh, that's not. Is that Black Santa gear,
No,
or is that?
this is
Oh, that's
2
2
Chainz.
Chainz gear.
Yes, shouts out.
Oh, okay. That's
Shouts
confusing.
out. Yeah.
So it's not Black Santa gear.
2 necklace. No.
Oh, my bad. I have a Black Santa hoodie, but I will be wearing that next week. Today I'm wearing my Beast Mode shirt from O-Town.
Shouts out.
Shout out Oakland. And Beast Mode. We love you. Protect you always. Anyway, so the NFL needs to take some pointers from the NBA. We're going to talk about that in just a few seconds. I have a theory on LaVar. You're only crazy until you're proven to be a genius. It's not the end of Tom Brady. Everyone needs to relax. All right, take a nap. It's fine. Keep talking that ish. Josh Gordon, I'm with you. I got your back. And my losers this week are Jags fans. Huge losers. Huge losers. Although that's nothing new. You guys know all about losing. And Derek Jeter. I mean, let's keep it real. And Snow is also my loser this
Snow
week.
is a loser. Can't wait to push back.
All right, well, let's start with the NFL. So we did this topic, I think, after Deshaun Watson went down. And I said that the NFL has a star problem. Well, I'm going to expand on that now. So this is the worst year for the NFL that I can remember. And this happens to leagues. You know, baseball goes through a bad spell with steroids. The NBA goes through a bad spell. And everything, everything goes around, comes around.
Yes.
Time is a flat circle, you know, and it's all those things, right? All the cliches you want to apply to it. But that's where the NFL is right now. The NFL is having a bad year. And part of it is because of injuries, which is just a part of the game. But the injuries are to Carson Wentz and Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Shazier and Julian Edelman and Deshaun Watson and Odell Beckham Jr. and J.J. Watt, Richard Sherman. These are huge stars. And it's a problem. And as of recent, Carson Wentz going down, the Eagles were the hottest team in the NFL. I don't want to hear about the Vikings, all right? I don't want to hear about the Vikings. Vikings are very good, very fun. It's very nice, all right?
Heating up, Joy.
The Vikings are heating up, right? I don't want to hear about the Vikings. They're not interesting, okay? And this is a problem for the NFL. That's loaded with going into the season with the Ezekiel Elliott case weighing over the whole league.
Right.
Because it's the Dallas Cowboys. And all the anthem protests. You got the President of the United States calling guys who are protesting police brutality sons of bitches. There's a lot going on this year. It is not a good year for the NFL for multiple reasons. We all know what's going on. And you can feel it. And if you love the NFL, you're a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried. I was raised on football. I think we know it's in my blood. Certainly for you.
Yes.
And I feel worried about it. But I do think that this particular, anytime you're down, everybody has a down year, you get divorced and you lose your house and you lose your job. And your mom decides to tell you she doesn't love you anymore. I don't know.
Your dog dies.
Your dog dies. When it rains, it pours, all right? Sometimes when it's just not your year, right? You may have had one of those. It's not your year, right? So what happens? You're not just going to have a spell of bad 10 years. It doesn't happen. You got to have an up year. Ups and downs, right? Time is a flat circle. What goes around comes around. We already went over that. This is the NFL's opportunity to completely rebrand itself because it's been such a bad year with losing stars, with the protests, controversies, with Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, we talked about the Jameis Winston situation, which who knows what's going to happen with that.
Yeah.
The whole world's going crazy, right? But if you're in sports and you follow the NBA, you love what's happening with the NBA. You have to. Because you have the opportunity to get so attached to players. And that is the NBA paying attention to something that's really important that I think the NFL should do. So what made me think about this particularly was Mark Cuban, who can be kind of cranky sometimes, but he's a very successful guy. He can be a little whiny, like the refs in the finals.
One of those crazy geniuses.
Right, but he is. He is. And he's wonderful on Shark Tank. I mean,
Bolt of energy.
Wonderful. Great show. I love that show. Anyway, he made a comment in 2014. It was kind of like random, like off the cuff interview, and it always stuck with me because when he first said it, I was like, "Come on, Mark Cuban, like you sound kind of salty," because the NFL was crushing it. And he said, "This is March 2014." He said this. "I think the NFL is 10 years away from an implosion. I'm just telling you, pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered, and they're getting hoggy."
Ooh.
I mean, that shot's fired.
Yes.
That shot's fired.
For no reason.
But he's not a stupid guy. He's very smart.
Yeah.
And he knows saying something like that, like what's going to happen and that's going to get picked up. And I've never forgotten that he said that. And he's saying that when you get greedy, it always turns on you. That's the number one rule of business. I'm paraphrasing the rest of his comments, but that's what he said. And last week he backed that up by saying that you can see how they handle controversy in the NFL. They don't know what to do. The players can't deal with it. In the NBA, the players have a big enough voice that if we screw up, our players correct us. And that leads back to what I was saying before, that the NBA empowers their players to be personalities, to be on social media, to be themselves, to have their own brands. And the more that they encourage that, the more that they get in with young people. And that's really where all of this lies. And this is really why I feel like the NFL has a great opportunity because they're having a down year. So follow me. Follow me down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole right now. Okay?
I'm with you.
What happened with baseball? Right? Like when you think of baseball, there are people who to this day, I mean, ask Rob Parker, it's America's pastime. Like, no, that's cute. That's a good branding like line, but it's actually not. It's not. It's provable that it's not. Now, if you get Cubs in the World Series, sure. But if you don't, no. It's not America's pastime anymore. And a big part of that is because it's hard to get kids to play baseball, particularly inner city kids to play baseball. Now, you can say that's because there's not famous black stars, and so they don't see that, and they don't aspire to be that. You can say that's because there's not fields in inner cities. Whatever the reason is, it's a fact. But I think it's because baseball has an older audience, and that's provable.
Yeah.
That the average fan is older. And the NFL's average fan is older. The NBA's average fan is younger, and it's staying younger. And the reason for that is NBA social media branding. Yeah. We live in a Kardashian society, right? You can hate it all you want to, but it's the world we live in. It's just how it works. You can sit on your porch and whine and complain about all these little kids, their cell phones, internets on the line all the time. Okay, but you can sit there and complain about it, or you can get with it. Right. And to me, that's what the NFL is doing right now. They already have that stupid social media policy with the teams can't share video or they get fined. Like, what is that? They just recently got rid of the celebration penalties, which is a nice step in the right direction. But we know they still can't handle controversy. We know they still can't help themselves when it comes to the anthem. You got owners out here talking crazy about their players. That would not happen in the NBA. If an owner said what the Houston Texans owner said in the NBA, that whole team would be like, make me get up. Make me play. I wish you would.
And they would say...
Right here.
Or they would say, get this guy out of here like the Clippers
or
did.
Get out, yes. Yeah. But there's no way they're playing. And there's nothing they can do about it. There's not a damn thing they can do about it. The NBA has figured out that you get in with the kids. What are the kids doing? They're on Instagram. They're on Twitter. They're on social media. They're on Snapchat. They have the ability to reach out to all of their favorite players. And that's why basketball has become such a global game. So if the NFL wants the game to get global, they want it to get younger, they want more kids to keep playing football, they want to rebrand themselves, the NFL is the man right now. That's not cool right now. That's not what society is about. We don't want to be told what to do. We don't want government. We don't want rules. We're all entrepreneurs. We're all our own bosses, right?
Yeah. Yes, air quotes for sure.
Whether you are or you're not, you think of yourself that way. That's what it is. That's what kids are doing. Kids don't want to be on TV. They want to be YouTube stars. Why? Because you make your own money. You don't have to answer to a boss. You do everything yourself. Kids don't want to be salesmen. They want to be Instagram influencers.
But that pushes against the team mentality that you see in the NFL and in football. And my biggest thing is I think the NBA has the power to change the world's view of basketball, but I don't know if the NFL has the power to change what the view of football is. Football, to its core, foundationally has to change.
Because it's the ultimate team sport.
Yes.
Here's the problem. Kids don't care about winning anymore. It's all participation trophy time.
Yeah.
And you can hate it if you want to. Like, I don't necessarily like it. I think you have the old school mentality of that also.
Yeah.
I certainly do as well. I think like hard nose, get your hand in the dirt is how you get successful. But it would appear we're wrong. Kids don't care about that anymore. Russell Westbrook is super crazy popular. My nephew loves him. He lives in Miami. He don't know where Oklahoma City is. He loves Russell Westbrook. My other nephew lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. His favorite player is Lonzo Ball. He's never been to LA in his life. He doesn't know anything about UC. Like, I mean, he knows about sports, but I'm saying like he doesn't know anything about LA. Why would that be his favorite player?
Yeah.
Because they can see them. Because they see them on social media. Because they see them wearing the shoes that they want. Because they're accessible. Because they know things about them. Because they can see them. Odell is the most visible player. That's it. That's Odell. Antonio Brown. Okay, but he's not even on Odell's level.
No, you're right. I'm just saddened by it. Like, that doesn't make, because it's not all about winning either. Because I don't.
Odell has played in one playoff game in his career and he lost it badly after going to Miami and chilling on a yacht before having to go to Green Bay. Which, look, you can do whatever you want, but there's consequences to everything. I say that all the time. You can do whatever it is that you want, but there are consequences to everything.
You do what you want when you pop in.
Right. Okay, so go to Miami and chill on a yacht, but then you got to go to Green Bay and you got to crush it. And you didn't. So you have to deal with it. That's the way it works. But kids don't care about that. And it's about the kids, bro. Because in 12 years, those kids that are messing around your Instagram that you're like, whatever, they don't matter. That's going to be your audience. Those are going to be the ones that are buying season tickets, that are spending their young little money on you. So do you want them or do you want the people that are dying? Literally. I mean, sorry, but people get old and they die.
Okay, so we're shifting. They need to shift their audience, but I don't even know how do we begin.
It's not about shifting audience. It's about the NFL is having a down year. When you're down, that's the best time to reinvent yourself, right? Because you have nothing to lose, right?
Yeah.
You've lost all of your stars. Everyone's been hurt. You've had controversy surrounding you from the entire world, the entire season, on every level, from domestic violence to political protests to ratings issues to every injuries, concussions, everything that you can name. This is the perfect time. Strip away the pride, get rid of the old curmudgeon mentality that we're the man and this is about the team and it isn't about individuals. Forget it, bro. That is over. It is about brands. It is about individuals. It's about personalities, and they should encourage it. They should back it up 100%. Just watch what the NBA is doing. I'm telling you, it's what the kids care about. Care about what the kids care about. You might not care about it now, but in 10 years, that is going to matter. The way that they shape those are the future consumers. Pay attention to them because they shape everything. They control everything. You can ignore it if you want to. But all I'm saying is this is the opportunity for the NFL to completely reinvent itself, and it would change everything. Or maybe I'm just crazy. I don't know. Who knows? All right. In and out?
Yes. In or out. Am I in or out?
What am I in or out on?
Okay. Coming off of Monday Night Football, Tom Brady was bad last night. Like, really bad. And the Patriots lost to your Dolphins. Tom Brady threw 2 interceptions for the first time in 2 years. And the Patriots went 0 for 11 on third down conversions. Skip said Tom Brady just had a bad game. Rob Parker says Tom Brady is finally proving he's a 40-year-old quarterback. Joy, are you in or out on the end of Tom Brady and the beginning of Jimmy G?
Jimmy G's kind of making me look like a liar right now.
Yes,
I'm not going to get crazy. I'm not going to get crazy because I did say that this move was just so he could come in and win a couple games so that their season didn't look like a complete disaster, although it still is a complete disaster.
Said he's going to be
He's
a
also
bust.
going to be a bust. I'm
Let's
going
not
to
forget
I'm
that.
going to stay on that bandwagon. A very handsome bust, but like
The handsomest
still a bust. People have been calling for the end of Tom Brady for a long time now. I'm out on it. As I said, they're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm sorry to inform everyone, but they are still going to win the Super Bowl. That's still happening. He always plays bad. Not always, but he has a tendency to play bad at the late season game in Miami for whatever reason it is. Because it's not like, I mean, the Dolphins are usually out of it at that point anyway. Right. So that stadium is probably 60% Dolphins fans anyway. Like there's a lot of New England fans there for that game every year. So it's not like it's like some ruckus environment, but He just plays bad there. I don't know what it is. And it's not just him. Like I think what it is, their last 4 games have been in cold weather places. So I think it's the humidity that gets to them for real. It's a thing.
Bill Belichick said every game's different. That game had nothing to do with 4 games.
Did you hear his post?
Hear it. You have to see it. You have to see it. I was physically uncomfortable.
It's perfect. It's amazing. And I hate awkward. Yeah. I despise awkward. I'm the person that if I've seen a movie or a show and I know that an awkward part is coming up, I fast forward or I leave the room because I can't deal with the anxiety of the awkwardness.
I just grit my teeth and just
I can't be around it. I can't have that energy on me. But I love watching Bill Belichick press conferences after a loss like that. Anyway, the point is they're still winning the Super Bowl. It is not the end of Tom Brady. He usually has bad games. The Dolphins play them really hard for whatever reason. Dolphins back in the hunt now. They literally are.
Yeah.
I am not of any belief that matters, but they are back in the hunt. So no, just a bad game. Everything's fine. They're still winning the Super Bowl. Everyone relax.
Okay.
Yeah, Rob Parker's been waiting to have a bad game so he could say the same.
Early Christmas present for Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, congratulations. Moving on to your hometown Steelers.
Correct.
Who you love dearly and root for at all times.
Mm-hmm. Triple B's.
Big Ben, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown are forcing people like you, Joy, to pay attention to the Steelers.
Right.
In their last second win over my Baltimore Ravens, the Killer Bees went off despite you continuously picking them to fall at some point in the last part of the season.
Correct.
With the Patriots losing to your Dolphins, the Steelers are favored to win the AFC. Joe, are you in or out on your hometown Steelers making it to the Super Bowl?
No, I'm out on that.
What?
I'm out on it. I mean, listen, I want them to. That'd be amazing. I would so much rather be wrong about my Super Bowl prediction and watch the Steelers in the Super Bowl. Yeah,
that's good
I don't
to
care
know.
about being right about predictions. I mean, whatever. Pick someone. Okay, I pick the Patriots. Hot take. I mean, Tom Brady, greatest quarterback ever. It's really aggressive. The point is, I want the Steelers to be in the Super Bowl, but I think they'll win this game on Sunday because Brady just lost in terrible fashion. They usually come back. I don't know. It feels like a gut data fact, but I feel like they usually bounce back from games like that they're not supposed to lose.
That's safe.
But Tom Brady's not scared of the Steelers. He owns the Steelers for real. But it's going to be a short week for them. So
he got beat up last night, though.
He did.
And I did not know Cameron Wake had the second most sacks behind your brother, Jason Taylor. That was an interesting little
Cam Wake is that dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cam Wake
legit.
is that dude. A lot of people don't know about Cam Wake, but Cam Wake is that dude. Yeah. He really is. He's one of the greatest players like in NFL history. If you really pay attention to his career, like he's persevered through a lot and he's very consistent.
Moving on, CFL's finest.
Low key. What do you mean?
I mean, I can't talk about Cameron Wake and be serious right now. Can we move on?
Wakezilla.
I know, yeah, it's fine.
I know we didn't move on. I am out on them making it to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I think they're going to win on Sunday. I think they will lose in the AFC Championship game.
Mark it down, guys.
Only because they let it get too close, and you can't do that with Brady. You can't leave 30 seconds on the clock with Brady. They've been playing around. That's how the Steelers have won their games. 7 of their 11 wins have come by 6 points or less. You can't do that against Tom Brady. You can do that against Joe Flacco. You can't do that against offense.
You can do it.
Tom Brady.
The Killer Bees will go all over this terrible new Patriots defense that we saw last night.
Patriots defense not good. Neither is the Steelers defense. Okay. And they're missing Ryan Shazier and Joe Hayden. So.
Fireworks. I'm all down for that. Okay,
right.
Moving on. Josh Gordon, obviously becoming a maybe I'm crazy staple. Sunday, Gordon caught his first touchdown pass since December 2013, celebrating by flaunting a pair of shades on the sideline. Then Gordon calls Packers corner Demarius Randall out on Twitter. He said, "Great win for them. But let's be serious. Considering several of our disadvantages as a team, this kid couldn't hold my jockstrap on my worst day. LOL. At Randall time." He added him, Joy.
I mean, it's about that life. If you're gonna,
he went all in. Yes, of course.
At me though, bro.
Joy, are you in or out on Josh Gordon talking ish 2 games into the season? Into his season.
Be on brand. All right. Don't be the off the field Josh Gordon on brand. Those days are behind you, Josh. Right. But if this is who you are, you're that flashy ish chalking receiver. Yes. I'm cool with that. I love diva receivers. I think they make the world go round. So I'm cool with it. As long as you stay out of trouble off the field. Don't make me a liar, Josh. I got your back.
Demarius Randall had clapped back at him pretty strong.
What did he say?
He said, "You must be on that ish again."
Oh, rude.
Wow. Wow.
Rude.
Don't pull that in there.
Rude. That's rude.
It was good, though.
That's rude.
It was a good comeback.
That's below the belt, but I guess technically Josh went below the belt first.
Literally. Yes.
So I'm cool with it. It's fine. It was a nice little beef. And he added him. Don't talk that ish on Twitter if you ain't going to add him.
You got to respect the ad.
Yes, I do.
Okay, moving on. Carson Wentz is out for the rest of the season with a torn ACL.
It's so devastating. It really makes me upset.
Backup QB Nick Foles came in for Carson Wentz. Played well enough to win for the Eagles.
Right.
Joy, are you in or out on Napoleon Dynamite?
I'm sorry?
Carson Wentz is out.
No. What's the question?
Joy, are you in or out on Napoleon Dynamite?
What does that have to do with the Eagles?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles?
Nick Foles is Napoleon Dynamite. You know this.
No, I don't.
You know this.
I'm not hip to this.
This is the beginning of all memes. It's Nick Foles. Napoleon Dynamite was told he can do anything.
Right.
He decided to be an NFL quarterback and go by Nick Foles.
So is this I missed this Twitter feed. So people think that Nick Foles looks like Napoleon Dynamite?
Yes. It's the stringy mustache. Since we're talking about comparisons, I would say Nick Foles looks more like Napoleon Dynamite than Carson Wentz looks like Prince Harry. And I was in the camp that said Carson Wentz and Prince Harry. I'm all here for the comparisons. Joy's looking it up right now.
I'm looking up Nick Foles' face. I mean, I know what he looks like, but I need to see the face.
No, his face. Think about how dumb it looks.
He needs the hair, though. Like, the hair is the thing. The hair's the thing. Otherwise, it's just like a skinny guy. First of all, I'm very devastated about Carson Wentz. Just want that on the record.
Yes.
I'm tired of these injuries. It sucks. Back to the beginning of the podcast. I love Napoleon Dynamite. I think Nick Foles will do fine. I think I'm sure he knows the system and he'll do fine. The rest of the Eagles team is good. I don't think that they're like, I don't know. I didn't pick them for the win the NFC anyway. So
yeah, you never were on that wagon anyways.
Right. So it's fine. It was a nice season for the Eagles. Congrats. I'm sorry about Carson Wentz. I'm not being sarcastic, but like there's just this is what it is. This is sports. This is how it happens. I'm sorry. But Napoleon Dynamite is very important to me. I love Napoleon Dynamite. I think it is so the first time I watched Napoleon Dynamite, I was like, this is I can't find another word to describe it. So
a waste of money.
No, it was a waste of time. I didn't pay for it. It was a waste of time. Like I didn't understand. I didn't get it.
Right.
And I was like, I feel like I'm missing it. Let me watch it again.
Yes.
And the second time I watched it, I almost peed my pants.
Yes.
And then I understood it. Uncle Rico,
All-star.
amazing.
Yes.
What's the llama's name? Eat the food.
I don't know the line.
God damn it!
I meant to rewatch this for asking this question.
Name?
Anybody know the llama's
Ashley's like
name?
has no time for Napoleon Dynamite.
Come on, guys.
Thelma or something. I'm getting it wrong. Can we look that up?
Tina.
Tina, eat the food.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yes, Napoleon Dynamite is very important to me. I can quote that entire movie. When they're eating, yeah, except for that part. When they're I haven't seen it in a long time. They're eating like they're drinking the raw eggs and eating the fly sandwiches.
Yes. Shouts out to Kendall Jenner.
Oh my God. Yeah, right. No, that's watered down orange juice. Listen to last week's podcast if you want that reference. In my college dorm room, fun joy fact.
Ooh.
Freshman year, I had 2 posters on my wall. That was back in poster days. Y'all don't know about posters.
Yeah.
Now kids are like, how am I going to decorate my dorm room?
Yes.
You're like buying the
On
Target
Etsy
thing.
and-
Yeah, no.
and
That we used to do
Pinterest and
that.
all
We
that
got
crap.
like our comforter. You
Right.
get whatever color is the cheapest. And then,
Whatever Walmart poster spoke to you.
Exactly. Right. Whatever Spencer's poster
Yes.
your mother would let you get. All right. So I got 2 posters to decorate my dorm room. Kids don't know nothing about this now. I had Napoleon Dynamite and I had Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, that was back in like original Orlando Bloom days.
Like when he had the Jerry curl?
When he first
my
hit the scene
gosh.
before we found out about like the belly tattoo and stuff, and like he like started running around naked.
Better mysterious.
So listen, the mystery is always better. Right. Don't find out how the sausage is made. Orlando Bloom was like my dream person. We were definitely getting married. That ship has sailed, but those were my 2 posters. So
No,
Napoleon Dynamite very important
like
to me.
that.
Although I don't think that Nick Foles looks like him.
Someone go update Joy's wiki page.
Moving on.
Moving on. Okay, LeBron.
Okay.
Rumors of where LeBron will end up next season have been circulating through the NBA for months now. This plugged-in writer.
From the second he signed in Cleveland, they've been circulating.
It's been a thing.
We're going to be factual about that.
So this USA Today writer is making a case for LeBron taking his talent south to Houston. Mm-hmm. He says, "What if the South? Yes, excuse me." He says, "What if it was the Rockets and not the Lakers or James' hometown Cavs who land LeBron James in 7 months from now? The prospect isn't as outlandish as you might think. Joy, are you in or out on LeBron to somewhere else other than Cleveland next year?
I think if he loses this year, which is obviously on the board.
Oh my gosh, completely on the board.
I think he leaves if he loses this year. And I think he goes to the Lakers. If he wins, I think he stays. Because just finish out your legacy and, just be that guy. And just finish like that.
You're not buying into he's got to get out of the East first talk with Kyrie and all that other stuff.
No, I don't think he cares about that. I mean, what does he have to prove over Kyrie? I mean, come on. Like if Kyrie beats him, if Kyrie beats him, then yeah, that's a different conversation. Right. Like if he doesn't make the NBA Finals, no, he's staying in Cleveland. I'm saying he's going to make the NBA Finals. Let's all stop being ridiculous. All right, he's making the NBA Finals. If he loses to Golden State, all right. Like if he loses to Golden State in the NBA Finals, I think he leaves and goes to the Lakers. But if he wins, I think he stays there and finishes his career there. But I mean, the Lakers is really interesting to me. I hope he goes to the Lakers.
I mean, obviously.
And I had an epiphany. I hadn't planned on revealing this yet, but since we're talking about it and I'm feeling it in my soul, I'm just going to put it out there. I think, and this is like killing me, obviously, because I'm very petty. I think in like next year, I think I have to start enjoying LeBron again.
Woo!
I think I have to.
Regardless of where he is?
See, that's tough because, like, if he stays, I don't think he's going to stay in Cleveland. If he stays in Cleveland, I'm going to stay committed because I just cannot bring it any part of me to ever root for a Cleveland team.
Yeah.
But if he leaves, I think I got to start enjoying him again because I don't want to be that person that's like, when LeBron's gone, I'm like, man, I really didn't, like, I hated it. I hated it, like, the whole Cleveland thing so much I couldn't get over it that I didn't even enjoy him. Like, right now, I don't care. I'm like, whatever. I hope they lose every game.
Real recognize real. You got to.
I think I got to do it.
I mean, if we're revealing things, LeBron has been on my prayer list for the last 7 years. Like the things to pray about every night.
You have LeBron in your prayer closet?
Of course, he's on the, like, you have to pray for LeBron.
Are we revealing things right now? I went to church on Sunday.
Yay!
Can you believe that?
Joy?
I know.
I didn't go. Sometime I did. That's not the one time. Wait a minute, where'd you go? What part of town?
Listen, we're not getting crazy here. All right, relax. I went to church. I was late, obviously. But it's okay. I got there just in time for tithing. I'm like, 10 minutes later, I should have cut that light.
You were really late.
Oh yeah. No. I missed the choir. You know.
Yeah, the bulletins and what's going on in the neighborhood.
It's so long.
It's so long. Yeah, no. That's one thing white people do got right is church.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna say. Yeah. Well, that's the one thing they.
I know what you meant though. Yes, like church, 50 drive-through.
In and out.
Let me get the. All right. What's the word? Got it. Gotta go.
Man.
Gotta get to brunch.
Amen.
Gotta get to brunch. All right, moving on.
All right, moving on. Obviously, Queen Patty. I've been waiting for this one all weekend long. Ugh. Who's getting it this week?
And I won't back down.
The whole world, except for the Ball family.
Oh wow, the whole world.
The whole world, except for the Ball family and anyone that supports them. I gotta do it.
Okay.
Listen, I told you my feelings on LaVar. I think he's the ultimate villain. Mm-hmm. I think he's figured it out. He's just taken a page right out of the heel wrestling handbook.
Yep.
Just stay on brand, right? Mm-hmm. If nothing else, be on brand, right? Unless you're Josh Gordon and you're off brand stuff, like off the field stuff. Don't stay on that brand, but on the field, good.
Yes.
So LaVar's just sticking to it, mm-hmm. right? He is completely defiant. Everyone thinks he's a maniac. Everyone thinks he's crazy. And he's pulled his kid out of high school. He's pulled the other one out of UCLA. And now they're going to Lithuania. Which, cool. Like, I'm a learned person. I don't know much about Lithuania.
Sure. You know about Lithuania. Everybody knows about Lithuania.
Sure. Tell me something about Lithuania.
It's the southernmost Baltic state.
Ooh.
Our southern and largest. Let's see.
Capital of Lithuania.
Capital of Lithuania? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Let me finish this.
No,
I'm not looking it up.
Yes,
I'm just saying I'm
cheating.
looking at my notes about Lithuania.
That's not okay. If I have notes about Lithuania, I don't know it.
I'm saying I don't know the capital, but I do know that 75% of the country is Roman Catholic. This is a perfect segue. And guess what? Guess what the second religion is considered? Basketball. The second religion is considered basketball. The coach they're going to go see, he don't speak much English, but it don't matter because the balls know they basketball. Okay,
so they're going to speak basketball to each other.
And the coach has also pulled his team off the court because he doesn't agree with the refs.
Their coach is Lithuanian LaVar Ball.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
so
a great fit.
That can go either way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I do know that. That can go either way. They're either going to get along or it's not going to be pretty. I don't know much about Lithuania, though, so that was your time to shine with all of your Lithuanian knowledge that you Googled.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can't read all real fast, so I can't give you more.
I'm glad that you had your notes in front of you for that. Anyway, the point is they're going to be playing in Lithuania. Leangelo and LaMelo signed a deal to go to Lithuania and make $500 a month playing for a Lithuanian professional team.
Do you know how to say the name of the team?
Go for it.
I got it. 1 second, real quick. You ready? Mm-hmm. You got to go on Google. You hit the speech button. Start speaking.
Lithuanian Club Prienu Vitaonis.
Sweet.
So it's just simple as that.
Sweet. I feel like we're gonna shorten it. We're probably just gonna call it the Lithuanian team that the Ball brothers play. We're gonna call it Lithuanian Baller Brand.
I like
right?
that.
That's
the Big Baltic. The Baltic.
Big Baltic.
Big Baltic brand.
Woo!
Big Baltic brand.
Can't steal that, LaVar. 10%.
No, I actually got it from Colin Coward's Twitter. So.
Oh, really?
So sorry. Shouts
You're
out.
just gonna jack content from our own peeps and claim it as your own?
That's kind of what I do.
All right. Anyway, we've gotten off track. The point of the matter is, LaVar Ball is actually, he's figured it all out. He's smarter than all of us, and he's playing all of us.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And sometimes, you know, you're just getting game run on you, and you just got to let it happen. You know, it's happened to all of us. We know we're getting gamed, but they're saying things, you know, and we're just like, all right, like, I know you're running game on me right now, but I'm available for it, so I'm just going to let it happen. And that's how I feel LaVar is treating me. Okay, me specifically. Everybody else is fighting it. Everyone else is like, no, you don't even love me for real. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Like, you can game me because this is what's happening. I get it. Like, I see what he's doing. Yeah. Because here's what I'm saying. At the beginning of the podcast, I was talking about the NFL not understanding what the kids want, right?
Right.
Trick love the kids, right?
Yes.
It's about the kids, right? The NBA's figured that out. What is LaVar? He's a basketball guy. But he is a grassroots basketball guy. He's an AAU basketball guy. People don't understand how influential AAU is to professional basketball.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
It's changed the game.
Right. Because everyone pays attention to the NFL. They're like, oh, you know, Pop Warner. That's the same thing AAU is to the NBA. Right? It might be even more important because kids don't have to go to college for as long as they do for football. It's changed the game. Right? Shoe companies have figured it out. LaVar has figured it out.
Yeah.
He has. You can hate on it all you want. The more you hate on him, the more he grows. It's the Kardashian effect. Like, every time you tweet about how much you hate Kim Kardashian, that's just another boop for Kim Kardashian. Because someone who didn't know who Kim Kardashian is, whoever that person is, now knows who Kim Kardashian is. It's how LaVar spread. By being outrageous. Geniuses aren't always considered geniuses. It's not until they figure it out that you're like, oh, wow, yeah, you sounded crazy this whole time, but now you've figured out gravity. Like,
shouts out Einstein.
Einstein?
Is that Einstein?
Sir Isaac Newton, yeah.
But Einstein did something with the relativity of it, though. Right. Didn't he?
So, the point is, right? Like, everyone thought Steve Jobs was crazy.
Right.
Right? You have to be crazy to think of something that doesn't exist. So, just think about this. Everyone's being petty about LaVar, right? Like, LaVar's loud. He's pulling his kids out of school. He's sending them to Lithuania. He thinks Lonzo's better than Steph Curry, and he thinks Luke Walton is coaching him wrong, and blah, 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 blah. He's fighting with the president. He's making dunk on Donald Trump memes, which I absolutely love.
That meme is insane.
It's amazing.
Inception of memes.
Amazing. It was the inception of memes. I agree. It was amazing. Anyway, the point is, everyone thinks he's crazy, and he's going to flip the script, and we're all going to be like, oh, what? He's going to start his own basketball league. Watch.
And Lithuania are over here.
No, here. Because this is what's happening, right? Like, everyone's out on the NCAA. Right? We love March Madness, but you sit around, like, you'll watch a couple basketball games if you're, like, it's your team, or you live there, or you went to school there. You know what I mean? But, like, everyone nationally and internationally focuses on college basketball when? March Madness. Like, these are facts. I'm not, like, these are facts.
Late March, early April.
Sure. March Madness, yes. Correct. That's when it is.
I just don't like that it's not all in March. It bothers me a lot.
Okay. I could see that there was some other underlying thing to that comment. The point is, these kids have to go to college for a year, right? Unless they go straight to the NBA, which most kids are not good enough to do.
Right.
What if there's another option here in the States? What if you didn't have to go overseas to play? Like, what if LaMelo didn't have to play 3 years in Lithuania to get to the NBA? I'm just saying the only one person crazy enough to pull that off is LaVar. Now there's logistics involved. You know, Big Three wasn't something that just happens.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? There's like infrastructure and people that like got to hand out tickets, and you got to have lawyers, and you got to make sure that somebody, you know, washes the jerseys and stuff. Like there's a whole thing that goes into a league.
Yeah.
But it could happen. And kids are paying attention to it. If you watch that Big Baller Brand pop-up shop in New York City,
Yeah.
who's in line?
They love it. Kids.
I know kids are annoying, all right, but they determine the future. Like they do. I'm telling you, LaVar is onto something. You can be petty about it if you want to. I'm petty about everything, but he's got something going on, and he keeps winning. So I'm just saying, just watch. Just you don't have to buy in yet. I'm just saying, just watch.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Don't believe me, just watch. Did you see the woman step in the poop in front of the kids?
Of course. So I feel like she was giving them something. She's feeling it.
Oh, no, she had no idea. She had no idea.
So
who purposely
bad.
steps in poop? Come on.
That made me miss New York a lot.
If you did,
Just the ridiculousness.
if you didn't see the video, it's worth a Google. It's kind of funny. I feel bad for her because like then you have poop on your shoe, but it was kind of funny though. Loser power rankings.
Loser power rankings. These are the losers. The losers of the week.
Snow.
Come
First
on.
of all, I hate the cold. I hate being cold. I've sat in so many snow-covered football games. It's miserable. I don't understand why it is even a thing.
What?
I've frozen to the core of my soul many, many, many times in the Rubber Bowl in Akron, Ohio. Hated it. Love Jason. Hated it. Okay, and that Bills Colts game on Sunday was just a disgrace. Humans should not have to participate in physical activity in that kind of weather. It's ridiculous. 8 inches of snow throughout the game. It's nonsense.
It's a dream, Joy.
It's nonsense.
It's a dream.
It's nonsense. And poor Adam Vinatieri, he messed up his percentage. You know, he missed. He went over 2. He would have gotten $500,000 if he made 90% of his field goal attempts this season. So poor Adam Vinatieri. I feel bad for him. You know, it's nonsense. I'm out on snow, and it's snowing everywhere. It's snowing in Florida.
Yes,
it's snowing
it's a
in
blessing.
South Texas.
It's Christmas time, Joy.
No, it's global warming. Mother Earth is angry at us. That's what that really means.
No, I've said the only thing wrong with Los Angeles is the lack of snow.
Okay, sure.
I
can name 15 things wrong with Los Angeles. Traffic being number 1, and snow is
Lack of
not.
snow,
Snow
number
wouldn't.
2.
Even, snow doesn't make top 1,000 because snow sucks.
Joy, I worked years to put on these layers of fat to protect me in my favorite place, which is in a snowstorm.
Snowstorms are terrible.
I had plenty of places I could go for college. I went to Notre Dame so I can be out there with the rest of the fat linemen, no sleeves, as it's
Oh, you were a
pouring
no-sleeve
down.
guy?
Oh my gosh, you got to go out there and tough it.
No.
My blood is thin so much.
I
here.
am not tough, and I hate snow. Plus, you can't be cute in snow weather. You have all these layers. Everything's puffy. It adds like 5 pounds on you.
Yes, look more like me. Beautiful.
Okay. We'll all just bounce around on each other's coats. And to be clear, I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, so I'm very learned in the art of surviving in cold, disgusting weather. And then you got slush out on snow. Loser of the week. Stop snowing everywhere, snow. Second loser of the week is the Jeets, Derek Jeter. Jeter, I mean, you were so great. You were beloved, all right? You're the man, ultimate playboy, all right? Never made a mistake, never said the wrong thing, slept with beautiful women. No one ever has anything bad to say about you. You come to the Marlins and blow them up. Thanks a lot, all right? What's your first?
Unfair.
Your first big move is getting rid of D. Gordon, who is a treasure, such a fun player, all right? He's part of one of the most memorable, unfortunate moments in Marlins history when, you know, obviously the Jose Fernandez situation, which, you know, rest in peace, Jose. So he gets rid of D. Gordon. And then Giancarlo Stanton. So the 2 only reasons to watch the Marlins are bye-bye. Pulled the most nonsense move ever, where the Marlins told him if he didn't go to the Cardinals or the Giants, he was going to be a Marlin for life, and he called their bluff. Now he's a Yankee. He's going to be with Aaron Judge. Stupid Yankees. Let me see. Derek Jeter, ultimate Yankee. What's my first move with the Marlins? Oh, let me help the Yankees.
It makes sense.
Let me endear myself with Miami Marlins fans by helping the Yankees, sending the only reason to watch the team to New York.
It's another rebuilding year, Joy. Rebuilds.
Here's the reveal. Rebuild my baseball fandom because I'm out on the Marlins. I am available. I am available to be recruited. All right. I really should just default. I default to the Pirates anyway, so that's really what I'm going to do is just hop back on the Pirates bandwagon, which is fine. Like, my family will take me back. But I can't be in on the Marlins. They were a disgrace to begin with. Jeffrey Loria, one of the worst owners in sports history. Shame on MLB for even letting him get another team. And there is nothing I'm saying about that is not factual. Okay, ask the city of Montreal. It is a disgrace that they ever gave him a team again to begin with. And now you got Derek Jeter blowing it up, sending Stan to the Yankees, and getting the lowest payroll. They were on track to be for $117 million before the trades. Now it's going to be $55 million.
Joy.
It's insane. You can't field a baseball team on $55 million. I don't play baseball. I can't even play baseball for that much. I need more.
Joy, are you sure this is number 2 loser?
This is number 2, okay? I'm not going to be this fired up about number 1. You're right. It probably should have been number 1. But I'm very upset. I love Giancarlo. He's a good friend of mine. I'm very happy that he's going to be in the Big Apple, and I wish him the best, and I know he's going to do great, and it's going to kill me, and I'm not going to root for the Yankees, but I am going to root for Giancarlo because that's how I roll. That's what I'm doing with Wade this year, but it's not working out so well. But good luck to Giancarlo. Jeter, you are on my list.
Gracious.
All right. And once you get on the list, it's very hard to get off the list. Joy's list does not move very often. It's in stone. So you really gotta do some things to get yourself off that list. I'm upset about that, and I should calm down for a second.
Woo. Goodness gracious. Shouts out Derek Jeter.
Moving along. Number 1 loser this week, which really let's just swipe. All right. I did them out of order. All right.
Yes.
Jags is the second loser. Jags fans is the second loser this week. I got way too fired up. Jags fans, if you didn't see the scene at the end of the Jaguars game, Jags, this is why you can't have nice things. All right. This is why the universe has decided you're never going to win anything. All right. Because you don't know how to act. I would say act like you've been there before, but you're Jacksonville, so you don't know how to act like you've been there before.
Goodness.
All right, you don't throw. First of all, you don't throw things at people. Just like how reference back to when I almost snatched that lady's life at the Pitt game for talking crazy. You don't boo or clap when someone is hurt. You also don't throw things at other humans who are performing for your entertainment. Who raised you though? Who raised you though? If I threw something on the field, let's pretend that we aren't a football family to begin with. Yeah. But if I threw something on the field, with the quickness though, you would. There's no time to anticipate the backhand. No. With the quickness, it comes. Right? You're just gonna throw something. You're gonna throw a beer at another human. So if you didn't see the end of it, it was a whole melee. Michael Bennett acting crazy. It's really disappointing for Michael Bennett because I like him a lot and he's woke and he's awesome. But stop tackling people's knees. Dirty. It's not cool. It's past dirty. You can end somebody's career, and I'm not even being a fuddy-dud about that. It's just not cool. It's not cool. And that's why there was a fight.
It's disappointing.
It is disappointing. And I'm not even being sarcastic. No. It's disappointing. Not as disappointing in any way as the fan that threw the stuff at Quentin Jefferson. Quentin Jefferson acting like he's going to climb up that wall. You're not getting up that wall. But I feel you. No, I feel you for the effort. Yeah. And he's a real one. Because if someone threw a beer at me, you already know what's happening. So it's really on Jags fans and Jags security. Get your stadium under control. 4 fans were banned to their credit. So there is that. They should never be allowed in a stadium again. Dang. They're lucky Quentin didn't get up there. I actually kind of wanted him to. I'm like, somebody, stop pulling him down. Give him a little boost. I want to see it. Are you really about that life? You're gonna throw a beer? Yeah. You got Quentin Jefferson in your face now. What you gonna do?
A little NFL mouse in the
You got something to say now though?
Hell no, you don't.
You don't say nothing. That's a big man. He'll snatch your soul. Forget you're not dead. Your soul is dead.
Jags look really good.
Yeah, no. You know what? They're huge losers because you do that when your team loses. You won. That's why you can't have nice things.
It's true.
Plus, you have Blake Bortles, so come on.
People don't understand magic.
What are we even talking about?
Blake Bortles is magic.
What are we even talking about?
Listen, throw the mic.
I love just. We're supposed to be moving along, but I really do love the cult Blake Bortles following. It's adorable. It's really a commitment.
I'm following 5 different.
It's
Blake
like
Bortles
the Jay.
accounts.
I know. It's a thing. It really is a thing. If you're interested in learning about, it's a cult following. It's like Jay Cutler. It's like a cult Jay Cutler fandom thing. It's weird. Go ahead.
Bortles better than Cutler. Okay, gut data fact. Switching it up.
Oh my God.
You inspired this in your heat coming at Derek Jeter. I'm not a baseball historian. It'd be funny to call me a baseball fan as a whole. But I would say whatever records out there for home runs for 2 players on the same team.
Got data fact?
Big G Giancarlo and my homie Aaron Judge.
Giancarlo.
Huh?
It's not.
What's his name? How do you say it? Juan.
He was the Monster Dong King, but I cannot allow him to carry the Monster Dongs to New York.
What's his name, Joy? Juan? Giancarlo and Aaron Judge coming for that record for the most home runs on the team next year, Joy, for the Yankees.
Like for all time?
Autism.
It's a good gut data fact because Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle have the most ever in Yankees history at 115. And separately, Stanton and Aaron Judge had 111 last year.
Do the math, Joy.
Combined, obviously. Yeah, it's totally possible. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a scene in New York.
I'm all about it.
You know, I like when cornerstone franchises in any major sport are good. I think it's just good for sports overall, but it just sucks because, you know, I can't be a Marlins fan anymore. But
keep melon and popping in baseball. Let's go, guys.
Yes, also that. I agree with that. It was just a cheater. $55 million. What? What is that?
Just say bye to people.
It's really frustrating. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us this week. Make sure you subscribe and leave us a nice little rating and share and tell your friends about it. And we're excited for next week because it's going to be a big, fun Christmas episode of Maybe I'm Crazy. So there'll be some new things. And I'm wearing a black suit.
And we're going to care about Christmas for that episode.
Am I?
I'm
kind of being forced into caring about Christmas. We'll talk about that next week.
Nice.
All right. Love you.
Bye.
Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not.